Hello, everyone, and welcome to another live English lesson. We completed everything about Unit 5, right? And today we are going to start studying Unit 6. But let's wait for the others.
ماكو صوت ماكو شيء أبود.
Okay, can you hear me now? Okay, that's great. Okay, there was a problem in my connection. So I was saying that we're going to study Unit 6, and Unit 6 is titled Friends Abroad. So, what is meant by abroad? The adverb abroad means in a foreign country. So, when we say friends abroad, we simply mean friends from other countries, right? So, how do you think that we can make friends with people from other countries? Do any one of you? We have newcomers. Do you know how to make friends with people from other countries? We simply make friends from other countries through sending and receiving letters, right? So let us check lesson 1 of Unit 6 on page 44. It is titled A Japanese Pen Friend, right? The word Japanese. What is meant by Japanese? Iman, we don't have a chat here, so do not speak with each other. Oh, a web. You said that Japanese means Japan. Japanese, the word Japanese is an adjective which refers to what? Refers to something or to someone from Japan. Just like when you say Iraqi about someone or something that come from Iraq, right? So Japanese means something from or someone from Japan, right? So what is meant by pen friend? What is meant by pen friend? Do you know what is meant by pen friend? We have a newcomer. What is meant by pen friend? A pen friend means, the word pen friend originally consists of two words, pen and friend. So what is meant by pen is something that you use for writing, right? So what is meant by pen friend? Yes, exactly, Awab. So pen friend is a friend with whom your friendship is based on what? On writing letters, right? So do you remember when we studied Unit 1? What did we study in Lesson 8? Do you remember? We studied how to write a letter, right? And do you remember the letter we read in Lesson 8? It was a letter written by whom? By Karen for her friend Hala, right? And all of you practiced writing letters to your friends. Do you remember that? Here, a pen friend is someone you interact with by sending letters. The idea in making pen friends is that a pen friend is not someone who you meet. Your only communication is through writing letters. So, to sum it up, we say that a pen friend is someone who you write friendly letters to regularly, but you have never met. So now you know, now everything is clear. Okay, we have a newcomer. Everything is clear about the word pen friend, right? So why do you think that people, or why do you think that you uh, have to make pen friends? Or do you want to make pen friends, or what is the benefits of having pen friends? I want someone to answer my question in English. What are the benefits of having pen friends? Yes, Awab. Yeah, you don't need to be with them. Okay, so it is easier. Okay. Don't you think that having a pen friend provides you with a chance, in fact, to meet interesting people? To meet them not in person, but to know them, to know such people from different countries, and you can learn about their lives, their cultures, and their countries. So by this way, we can also um, okay. Do you have any idea? Do you want to say something, Yaman? Yaman. Okay, so Yaman is still sleeping. So we can also call it, or call him, or call them pen pal, because pal is also, okay, we have a newcomer. Me also another word for friend. So before going any further, let us watch this video about this girl who is writing a letter for her pen friend.
Dear Ellie, how are you? Did you have a nice Christmas? I had a nice Christmas. We visited Venice for the first time. In Venice, we visited museums and we walked a lot. There are no cars and the taxis are boats. When we got home, I started a painting inspired by Venice and its canals, gondolas, and buildings. I'm doing it in pointillism style. Do you like to paint? This year I'm still playing guitar, but I changed from classic guitar to acoustic. I really love it. Do you like guitar? Do you know what geocaching is? If not, it is a message in a box that people hide in places all over the world. We already found 9. Do you want to learn how to say I am happy in Dutch and Italian? Here it is. Ik ben blij. Io sono felice. Love, Chloe. P.S. My cat Birdie says meow. Dear Chloe, Venice sounds so cool. I don't paint very often, but I draw all the time. I've included a drawing in this letter. It's a character for a comic series I'm working on. I love the guitar. My dad is teaching me how to play. I'm playing violin in school. It's my first year and we just had our winter concert. I had to play in front of the entire school. I was excited and nervous too. I told my dad about geocaching. He bought an app for his phone so we could give it a try. We found our first one today. What kind of books do you like to read? I'm a big fan of spy stuff. Do you like spy books and stories? I had so much fun this week. We went shopping in a small town near our house. Some say the town is haunted. There's a really cool toy store in the town that has a lot of Star Wars action figures and stuff. Have you seen the movies? I went to a shop on Monday and got you and your sister a present there. I hope you like it. On Tuesday, I read some jokes to my dog, Winnie. They live there all day late. Then I baked a pie with my mom for the neighbors. On Thursday, I played Uno with my brother. Do you have Uno at your house? On Friday, I'm going to have a half day at school. Do you have half days too? From your friend, Ellie. P.S. Half days rock.
So it's okay. Some of you couldn't listen to what she was saying and they couldn't watch the video well. It's okay. I will upload it again afterwards to your Google Classroom. However, so this girl was writing a letter to her pen friend. She was telling her pen friend about her activities and what she likes and how it is how she her school days and something like that. I think that there is a problem in connection. If you can hear me well, please tell. Can you hear me? Oh, okay. Awab, can you hear me, Awab? Okay, maybe you have a problem because others do not. It's okay. Now, let us read what is in there on page 44 of lesson 1, unit 6, which is, as we said, titled A Japanese Pen Friend. So let's read the introduction. Fuad wanted a pen friend. He advertised in a magazine for young people. He got this letter from a boy in Japan. So now we learn how Fuad made friends with this Japanese boy, right? Fuad made an advertisement in a magazine in which he published his address, and that's how he received Yuki's letter. So what is meant by advertisement? Or here advertise, he advertised. What is meant by advertised? What is meant by advertised? What is meant by this word? What is meant by advertisement? Yes, exactly, Awab. Awab, write your letters to everyone, not privately, so they can see what you're saying. Okay, so yes, exactly, Zen and Awab. So Fuad advertised in a magazine for young people, and this is how he got or he received this letter. So let us read the letter and know what the Japanese boy has written. Yaman, do you want to read it? Okay, you can read it, Yaman.
Dear P.O. Box
It's okay,
261.
it's okay. Read the
Shuma.
letter from Dear Fuad.
Dear Fuad, I read your name in a magazine. Would you like to be my pen friend? Hope so. I am a Japanese boy and I am 13 years old. As you can see, I live in a small town called Shuma. My house is very near the sea. My favorite pastime are fishing and collecting stamps. Wh- What is I- what is Iraq like? Japan is not very big, but it's very beautiful. There are a number of large cities as well as small towns and villages. We have many mountains, rivers, and lakes. Japan is very green because it rains a lot in summer. The wettest month is September. In winter, it is very cold and sometimes it snows. What do you like to visit Japan one day? There are lots of interesting things to see and do. For example, you can visit Disneyland, go to baseball match, and learn to do ju- judo. You can also visit lovely gardens or go to see a traditional Japanese play. Please write and tell me all about yourself and your country. Yours, Yuki Uno.
Thank you so much, Iman. And now I think we have another one who wants to read. Do you want to read, Zen? Okay, so let us listen to Zen reading the letter.
Dear Fuad, I read your name in a magazine. Would you like to be my pen friend? I hope so. I am a Japanese boy and I am 13 years old. As you can see, I live in a small town called Soma. My house is very near the sea. My favorite pastime are fishing and collecting stamps. What is Iraq like? Japan is not very big, but is very beautiful. There are a number of large cities as well as small towns and villages. We have many mountains, rivers, and lakes. Japan is very green because it rains a lot in summer. The wettest month in September. In winter, it is very cold and sometimes it snows. Would you like to visit Japan one day? There are a lot of interesting things to see and do. For example, you can visit design Disneyland, go to a baseball match or learn to do judo. You can also visit lovely garden or go to see a traditional Japanese play. Please write and tell me all about yourself and your country.
Thank you so much, Zain. Pay attention, I'm going to read the letter quickly. Dear Fuad, I read your name in a magazine. Would you like to be my pen friend? I hope so. I am a Japanese boy, and I am 13 years old. As you can see, I live in a small town called Soma. My house is very near the sea. My favorite pastime are fishing and collecting stamps. What is Iraq like? Japan is not very big, but it is very beautiful. There are a number of large cities as well as small towns and villages. We have many mountains, rivers, and lakes. Japan is very green because it rains a lot in summer. The wettest month in September is winter. It is very cold and sometimes it snows. Would you like to visit Japan one day? There are lots of interesting things to see and do. For example, you can visit Disneyland, go to a baseball match, or learn to do judo. You can also visit lovely gardens or go to see a traditional Japanese play. Please write and tell me all about yourself and your country. Yours, Yuki Ono. So that was the letter which was sent by Yuki, who is a Japanese boy, to Fuad. And how could Yuki know Fuad's address? He could know the address or Fuad's address through the advertisement which Fuad made in the magazine, right? So it's so clear. So in this letter, we have 1, 2, 3 paragraphs, right? Now let us move to the activity book to check lesson or exercise A on page 69. It says, read the letter on page 44 of your student's book quickly. We read it slowly and 3 times. Match the 3 main paragraphs to these phrases and complete the sentences. So this exercise is asking you about the 3 paragraphs of the letter. What information do you think that each paragraph conveys? You have the 3 options here. What Japan is like, Yuki and his house, things to do in Japan. So in the previous letter that we read, as we said, there are 3 paragraphs. One of the paragraph is speaking about Japan and what is in there. A web. Wait for me to complete the question. So one of the paragraphs was about Japan, in which Yuki described Japan, his country. And the other paragraph was about Yuki and his house and where is it located, right? And the other paragraph was about what? About what things do people or do you do in Japan if you go there? So we have to know which paragraph conveys which. So now, paragraph 1 is about what? Paragraph 1 is about Yuki and his house. Yes, exactly. What about the others? Please do not sleep. So Paragraph 1 is about Yuki and his house, right? Now, paragraph 2 is about... Zen, you want to say something?
What is Iraq like?
Paragraph 2 is about what Japan is like. Paragraph 2 is about what Japan is like. Now, paragraph 3 is about... Paragraph 3 is about things to do in Japan, right? So, now let's move to exercise B. It asks us to write some information about Japan. So it says, read the letter more carefully and answer these questions. Write notes. It's okay, Iman. So now, what do you know about Yuki? Now, information about Yuki. Name. What is Yuki's name? You go back to the letter and check it for this information, this piece of information. Now, what was his name? Yuki Ono. Yes, exactly. Just like Awab is saying. Number 2. Age. How old is Yuki? 13. So Yuki is 13 years old. Nationality. What do you mean by nationality? What do you mean by nationality? Yes, exactly. Awab. Write your letters to everyone. So, what do you mean by nationality? Awab. Yes, Awab. It refers to the nation from which someone comes. So he comes from Japan. So nationality is Japanese, right? And now the town. From which town is Yuki? Abdul, Tokyo is the capital city of Japan. Now we are speaking about Yuki. From which town in Japan? He is from Soma town. He's saying that he is from a small town called Soma, right? So his town is called Soma. Now, likes, interests. What does Yuki like? And what are his interests? Yes, Awab. What does Yuki do in his pastime, in his spare time? Fishing and collecting stamps. Yes, exactly. So here, you should put fishing and collecting stamps. Now, number 2, it's about Japan. It's okay, Awab. You will watch the lesson again later on. Now, what is Japan like? Size. Is it a big country? Yeah, man, it's okay. You can watch the letter again. The lesson, I mean. So, size It is not very big. Now, 2. Things that make it beautiful. Yes, Yaman. Now, things that make it beautiful. What things do you think that make Japan beautiful? Yes, many mountains, rivers, what else? Lakes, and because it's very green, we don't have time. So I have to be quick. And what else? Now, weather. In summer, it is. The weather is. No, in summer. We are speaking about Japan. You have to get your information from the letter. So, the weather in Japan, according to the letter, is rainy. Why? Because Yuki said it rains a lot in summer, right? So, while we are speaking about the weather, so it is rainy in Japan in summer, and in winter it is very cold and it snows. And this is what Yuki is saying in his letter. Now, what can visitors do in Japan? What can visitors do in Japan? According to Yuki's letter, they can visit Disneyland, go to a baseball match, or learn to do judo. They can visit lovely gardens or go to see a traditional Japanese play. So that's it for lesson 1. I have told you to write a paragraph, to do the homework to write 2 paragraphs, right? Which was exercise E on page 68. Many of you did not do their homework. So today is the last day I receive this homework. So if you did it, please send it or submit it to your Google Classroom. Do not send me your homework to my Telegram. Okay? So that's it for today. It's a light lesson. I will record the lesson again because we had some troubles in connection. I will do it again and I will post it inshallah on YouTube and post it to your Google Classroom. Now, next time I want you to study lesson 2, which is all about exercises in your activity book, and lesson 3 in your student's book. So that's it for today. Do you have any question? It's okay, Awab. You participated a lot today. It's not because of me, it's because of your internet connection. Awab, your homework is lesson 2 in your activity book and lesson 3 in your student's book. And now I want your names. Everyone tell me their names. Tell me their names, your names. Okay, Awab. Zain. Yaman, everyone tell me their name. Abdulaziz. Who is Muhammad 777? So that's it for today. See you next time.